Sabotage, lies, and royal drama uncovered. The dark side of the British press. So, guys, today we're going to dive into the scandalous world of the British press, where sabotage, lies, and royal drama reign supreme. From fabricated stories to manipulated headlines, we're exposing the dark underbelly of the UK's media landscape. Get ready for shocking revelations, explosive secrets, and jaw-dropping scandals that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the British press. Join us as we delve deep into the world of royal reporting, where the lines between fact and fiction are constantly blurred. Don't miss this thrilling investigations into the saboteurs, liars, and drama queens of the British press. And we can call out some of them: Angela Levin, Kingsley Schofield. There's so many of them. Caroline, Lady C, Don Wooten, Piers Morgan. Oh my God, the list goes on and on. They are just crazy, ridiculous liars. They love headlines. They just love clicks. They obviously are depending on Meghan and Harry to feed them, so they bring out all these ridiculous stories every single time. They know nothing but act as if they know, especially Kinsey. Sometimes I watch Kinsey, and Kinsey's acting as if she has some inside scoop on Harry and Meghan, and then boop, she say one thing and then it's a completely different thing that happens. So she knows absolutely nothing. There's no leak in Montecito. None of that going on. So the British press has long been known for its influence on royal narratives and public perception. But have you ever stopped to think about the darker side of this relationship? From intrusive paparazzi to fabricated stories, the royal family has had to navigate a complex web of media scrutiny and manipulation. And of course, we're talking about Princess Diana, we're talking about Harry and Meghan, and even some of the lesser royals, right? Because they try to invade in everyone's story. The only problem is they know where the clicks are, so they try to elevate one story above the other. And especially if they don't want a big story coming out on, like, for instance, an heir to the throne, they try to push someone, throw them to the wolves, put someone else under the bus. And we know the story of William and Harry. We know what happened. We know with Meghan and Kate, and we know with Meghan and the royal family. So that is a given. We know that happens, right? So they throw Meghan to the wolves, and even now the manipulation is there. They are trying to let Meghan be silent, and she will not be silenced, guys. So that's something that you have to understand. The royal family faces a unique set of challenges when it comes to dealing with the press. One is a quid pro quo. I've always said it. One of the biggest issues is privacy, or rather the lack of it. Every move they make is scrutinized and magnified, leaving them with little room for error. And when they do try to take a stand, they have often met with resistance and criticism from the very people who are supposed to be reporting the news. It's a vicious cycle that can be exhausting and demoralizing. Misinformation is another major platform. The press has a habit of sensationalizing stories, everything they sensationalize, often at the expense of accuracy. This can lead to public misconceptions and a skewed perception of the royal family's actions and motivations. And once a false narrative takes hold, it can be incredibly difficult to correct. Definitely. The royals have to work overtime to set the record straight. But even then, the damage is often already done. And we see it repeatedly. They put out something just to see if it sticks on the wall and whatever. And it's hard sometimes to get it back. So sometimes why bother? You just say, I'm exhausted. I'm not going to even bother try to correct it. I'm not in the mood to correct things. And you just leave it alone, because if you feed the beast, that's what you do. Whenever time you have to answer to it, answer to the false narrative, you're feeding the beast. So sometimes it is best to just let the story die down. It's like a 9-day wonder. It will die. We know with Harry and Meghan, they do this all the time. And when Harry and Meghan don't respond, then they come with something else. And another one come with another mean comment, thinking that that is going to draw Harry and Meghan out, or that is going to prevent Harry and Meghan from showing their face. Because ultimately, you know that's what they want. They want Harry and Meghan to not be in the public domain where they can compete properly with William and Kate, because obviously Harry and Meghan are the moment, are the people that people are interested in, are where the clicks are. William and Kate, not really. Kate to get some clicks, yes, but nothing compared to the engagement that Meghan gets. And it's sad, because at the end of the day, right, we know that there are two women that can bring something to the table. Meghan is obviously way above Kate in terms of leaps and bounds, in terms of her intelligence, in terms of what she's capable of. You can see it. She was a woman already formed, a millionaire before she entered the family. She had her own goals. She had her own mind. So she wasn't depending on Harry to take care of her. She actually brought a lot to the table. So she and Harry became partners in this life. And that was a plus for Harry, right? Because Harry wanted someone who he could share his life with, and they could do things together, and they could make the royal family a better institution. But instead, of course, we know jealousy got root, and William and Kate just could not handle the fact that Harry and Meghan were more hands-on, more charismatic, more charming, more intelligent than them, and they could not deal with it, right? So the pressure to maintain a perfect public image is also immense. The royals are expected to present a united front at all times, but this can be a heavy burden to carry. One misstep, one off-the-cuff comment, and suddenly they're facing a media firestorm. It's a constant balancing act between authenticity and caution, and it's one that can take a toll on even the most resilient individual. Right, and that is true. It can take a toll, because you might say, you know what, I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying to make this institution grow and come into the modern age. I'm trying to do things, but at the same time, I'm not appreciated. Everything I say, remember everything with Meghan, oh, she not following protocol. She wearing nail polish. She doing this. Her hair is in a bun. I mean, the stupidness of it all, right? So at the end of the day, you say, is it really worth it? Is it really worth my happiness that I'm only surviving and not thriving? No, life is about thriving. Life is about doing the things that you love, at the same time, just enjoying life, doing your work, helping out others. That's what life is about. You cannot just sit around and just belaboring, oh my God, is this the rest of my life? For is it like I'm in doomsday, doomsdom? You know, you're doomed. Damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. No, that does not make sense. So when they feel they have to balance these acts, right, of being authentic and being careful, right, it takes a toll on them. Add to this the fact that the press often has its own agenda. Yeah, they need to pay their mortgage, right? And you have a recipe for disaster. When certain sections of the media decide to take a dislike to a particular royal, they can make their lives absolute hell. Just ask Meghan Markle, right? Who was subjected to a vicious smear campaign that bordered on xenophobic. There has been countless incidents over the years where the press has played a crucial role in shaping royal stories, often with disastrous consequences. Take, for example, the infamous War on the Waleses in the 1990s, when the press pitted Charles and Diana against each other, exacerbating an already fragile situation. Or the more recent scandal involving or surrounding Prince Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein, which was only brought to light due to dogged informative reporting, right? One of the most egregious examples of press sabotage has to be the treatment of Princess Diana in the lead up to her death. The paparazzi hounded her relentlessly, creating a sense of chaos and panic that ultimately contributed to the car crash that took her life. It's a tragedy that still haunts the royal family to this day, and a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked press. Then there was the appalling treatment of the Middleton's family, who were subjected to a barrage of invasive and inappropriate requests from the press. The Duchess of Cambridge's parents at the time were even accused of being common and not being suitable for royal company. It was a vile display of snobbery and classism, and one that spoke volumes about the worst excesses of the British press. The most pivotal moment, however, has to be the phone hacking scandal that rocked the news of the world in 2011. It's hard to believe now, but at the time, it was common practice for journalists to hack into celebrities' phones and steal their private communications. The royal family was not immune to this, and it's alleged that even the Queen, her own communications were compromised, and that is why Mr. Harry, warrior prince, dragon slayer, defeated them in court for the same egregious activities, because they were hacking his phone. They hacked his mother's phone, and that is why he was able to get millions from them, and also big apologies for both his mom, which he loves dearly and wanted to redeem her, as well as himself, because they were hacking, getting private information from people, which is sick, right? So we know Harry recently won his case against NGN, and Murdoch has to send a groveling apology and, sorry for what he did. Unconditional apology. No if, buts, or maybe. He apologized. He has to pay Harry, plus he has to pay Harry's lawyer's fees and all other expenses. So yes, you have to bring them to account. You cannot let them get away with the foolishness that they have been getting away with, right? In the end, it took a major scandal and the closure of a national newspaper for the press to finally be held accountable. But they're still doing it today. So are they really accountable? But they're going to pay with their money. They're going to pay with their pocket. Murdoch has paid over $1 billion to, I think, over 130 other victims that they hacked. So yes, they are paying. And they're losing subscribers, so they are paying. We might think, oh, they're big and mighty and they're not going to pay, and they're not paying, and we don't see the evidence of them paying. Yes, they're paying. The other day with Harry took them to the front of the court step, and they had to beg him to beg him not to pursue it, and they paid dearly for it. And that is accountability. So yes, is not really what we want, because people should be going to jail. People should be accountable more for what is going on. But little step, baby steps is happening. But the damage had already been done, and the royals are still feeling the effects today. So what's the takeaway from all this? The British press has an enormous amount of power and influence when it comes to shaping our perception of the royal family. Unfortunately, This power is often wielded carelessly and with little regard for the consequences. The royals are not perfect, but they deserve to be treated with dignity and respect rather than being subjected to the whims of a ruthless and cynical press. So, guys, that's what I wanted to bring you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We appreciate your support. If you want to share your thoughts on this topic, please do leave them in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the British royal family, be sure to check out our next video where we'll be diving into more secrets and scandals from behind palace walls. See you there. Bye, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.